welcome to Let's Play Gran Turismo 2, episode 74. Alrighty then, so we have started West City, and we have also completed our first event after I re-recorded it, and officially it is now time for us to head over to our second West City event, which will take place at Alfa Romeo. As I said before, I'm doing this anti-clockwise, so essentially overall we shall obviously end at East City, because that is where the Japanese manufacturers are. And so we are now at Alfa Romeo, and ultimately overall, because I have noticed my cash is being drained very quickly up to this point, obviously, I will need to go for cheap options. And so that's why I'm going for the Alpha 155. So, officially, in terms of the colour itself, that's actually not bad. Well, I don't mind that maroon. I also don't mind this red. And, just because I want to be different. Actually, yeah, I'll get this thing in black, just because I dare to be different. Also because I want to. And all I need to do now is the usual tuning. Obviously, just putting on my racing chip with my torque grinding, and then I should be solidified for a potential W in the road car race. So yeah, there is that. And officially done everything I need to do for the first race. And so 5 grand if we can win the first race, and 7 if we can win the second race. Let's see how we do. Because this is how we do. Okay, let's try this again. Except this time, let's head back to the tuning shop and put on a little bit more horsepower, because I have a feeling I may need that if I'm going up against one of the 156s, because, well, there might be a Grindelwald reverse, which was also the first time I actually raced at Grindelwald reverse in this game. I was 1.4 seconds off the win. So, I think it's relatively clear that I need a little bit more engine tuning to maybe see if I can pull this off. As this time we are once again going to midfield. But will it be the forward course or the reverse course? Whilst this is attempt 2 of race 1. Okay. I have a bit more horsepower now, so hopefully I may be able to possibly keep up with whoever is at the front this time in my black 155. I am hoping I can get the W this time, as I am now already through the first corner, and it is the forward course of Midfield Raceway. How unfortunate. Well, I suppose I'm basically fine with the choices as long as I know I don't have to race at Seattle Reverse, which is essentially the course I've raced at the most times currently, and I'm hoping that does not become a continuation process. As I am already up into second position, just doing a little sneak on the inside, pretty much on the curb basically. And it now looks like I'm officially doing a little bit better in this race than I did at Grindelwald. Considering I assumed at Grindelwald I was just off the pace. And well, essentially overall, I'm actually leading here at midfield. since this is the forward course, and also furthermore, that is a bridge. Probably above the start-finish straight. But anyways, starting the second lap here at midfield, and already I am just becoming completely overwhelmed by this AI. Just literally putting me on NyQuil and then suddenly just starting through like they're on Red Bull or something. So they basically just put me on NyQuil and then suddenly from both sides I just got double ousted. But hopefully this time I will have enough power to secure the win. As I have noticed, they can tend to run very wide on the exit of this S-turn here. I have noticed they can tend to run very wide on the exit, and that could essentially give me the overall advantage. As I almost got loose there, but managed to gather it back up again. Running now. Officially heading down the start-finish straight, and across the line I go. I just managed to fend off from the leading 156, who almost had me within the thoroughbred, and I definitely made the correct decision to put on the additional engine power when I did. As the gap from first to second only less than 1.5 tenths, and from first to sixth only just under, or just over, about 6.5 tenths essentially. But anyways, the first race is done, and I did it in my 156 by less than 1.5 tenths. So essentially overall, that's only the second time it's officially taken me more than just a single attempt to actually win the first race. And well, oddly enough, it does actually challenge me a little more, this does. But anyways, one race is down, and I still have the other one to go. So I'm not going to do any more power upgrades because I don't think I'll need those for the second race, because essentially overall I'm basically going to follow the same strategy I had with the oh, okay, so this is the racing mod I get. Yeah, the DTM livery of the 155. How typical. So I get the DTM liveried 155, and just because I want to do this anyway, I'm going to put on some different rims. So we get the DTM livery from this event, sorry, from this car, and well, just because I want to, I'm going to put on some Oz rims, because I think a pair of these might be mostly relatable. Well, it does look similar, but I'm going to be a bit more concise with this. What do these look like? Nah, I'll stick with these ones. So, don't think I need any additional power upgrades, because I think I've got all I really need. And oh, fuck me. Why do I keep thinking it's North City when it isn't? My brain is just not wanting to switch on today. But anyways, heading back to get on with our second race of the 155 and 156 race. And hopefully, like with the Elise Trophy, we can win the Racing Modified event on our first attempt. And oh, for fuck's sake, we're going back to Seattle again. Well, as long as it's not Seattle reverse, then I'll be fine. But honestly, how many more times do I have to race at Seattle? I'd like to go somewhere different, please. And oh, for fuck's sake, it is Seattle reverse again. Son of a bitch. Well, at least I can say I'm driving a DTM livery 155. Even though obviously this is more likely to be the power of a BTCC Alpha rather than a DTM Alpha. Since I have noticed that most of these cars are 156s anyway, I obviously went for the 155 because I dare to be different. And quite surprisingly, a 155 is actually leading this race at the moment. Just depends on knowing, of course, if as a fellow 155 he shall let me overtake for the win. Because that would be nice. And yep, these 156s are just literally chomping up my ass down these straights. They are just not wanting me to take the podium. But anyways, I am now up into the 3rd position, and once again I am sad because we have to race at Seattle reverse again, which is the circuit I have now raced at pretty much the most times in the one-make events so far, and I make contact with both these alphas, and already, even though I briefly had the lead, I was suddenly forced back into reality by the 156. And I am going to try and see if I can close in as I head through the very much death chicane, as I am now officially up into the lead for the first time. Probably because I got a much more fluent exit out of the chicane compared to what the AI did. But anyways, I am now leading for the first time at Seattle reverse in this race. And I'm deeply hoping I can hold on to this advantage. Because, well, that would be nice. And at the very least, these AI at the moment are currently not being arseholes to me. And it looks like my fellow 155 just got shuffled to the back. But anyways. And that's a wall. But anyways. Heading through the final hairpin turn of the reverse course. And officially, it now looks like it is going to be once again another W. And there we go. Once again, having to race on the Seattle reverse course, but at the very least, still managing to take the win by just over 3/10. As the gap from first to sixth, only just over 7/10. So that was yet another closely contested race. That is some good shit right there. But anyways, the 155 and 156 race is now complete. And I think I'll probably do one more race and then I will need to do some grinding. Because I will need some more money to complete the remaining events here in West City. And just before I forget, obviously, there was also the matter of saving a replay, because I need the clickbait. Because that's essentially the only way I can officially get a decent thumbnail as my voice is dying again. Just taking a sip of water there, and yeah, there we go. So, the 155 and 156 race is now complete. And as a result of that, we are now officially up to 69.4% complete. As next time, we shall be heading over to Peugeot. And I should probably have a look and see what event that is, and yeah. Okay, so just gonna have a look and see what the event is, and it is, yeah, the 106 challenge. Okay. So, that was the Alfa Romeo 155 and 156 race. Next up is the Peugeot 106 challenge. Stay tuned for more GT2.